So let's take a peep into the crypto market. This morning, the global market cap opened the week with almost a 1% increase. It stood at $2.50 trillion. Market volume over the last 24 hours was at 90.07 billion this morning, indicating a 2.78 increase. The total volume in DeFi currently $11.68 billion. That's 12.96% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. The volume of all stable coins is now $70.65 billion, which is 78.44% of the total market in 24-hour volume. And, well, still having this serious bullish run is Bitcoin. This morning, it was $62,354. Continuing the positive trend, it added 2.74%, so 2.79%, beg your pardon, in 24 hours. And its dominance was about 47%. Its 24-hour volume was $31.65 billion. The gainer stable, more of stable coins, except for Polkadot, which added 0.6%. Though most of the alts have moved to the red table. We have more of the stable coins now. Of course, on the red table, we have Cardano, XRP, Solana. Well, this is where the altcoins are residing for now, unfortunately. We have Lumide Additional to tell us what's going on in the market. Hello, Lumide. I know you're happy. Bitcoin is over 62,000 at least this morning. I don't know what it is at this time.
Yeah, good morning. It's a bit exciting, knowing the fact that we saw some drawdown on Sunday where Bitcoin fell below $60,000 mark, but it took a couple of minutes for it to spring back up 60,000. And the macros suggest that the rally might continue. You need to understand that there are about 7 metrics that is making Bitcoin being excited. First of all, Bitcoin investors are refusing to sell. Data from CryptoQuant shows that the number of Bitcoin on crypto exchanges are record low. That suggests that there are fewer investors that want to sell these assets. Secondly, the most important thing that you need to understand is that Bitcoin ETFs are coming on approval, meaning that by this week we see some ETFs that have Bitcoin fundamentals being in the United States security market, and that's a very big upside because that will also attract traditional investors. So we are seeing that that is also increasing the momentum. Also, we need to understand that inflation is at record high across different markets from England, Nigeria, and United States. So a lot of people are seeing the quantitative easing as another way to hedge against inflation, and that's why we are seeing Bitcoin still gaining momentum, despite the fact we are seeing other crypto assets dropping, and that's the decoupling effect of institutional investors on just Bitcoin. Also, you need to understand that the volume of trading in Bitcoin has reduced, telling you also that there is a lower amount of retail investors, giving Bitcoin more options to mature. So the price volatility you see in the past couple of months have reduced significantly. Also, you need to understand that Bitcoin miners are earning more, and that's why we see the difficulty or the hash rate in the record high. So that is also increasing the network efficiency and boosting activity around the blockchain. So the metrics are so exciting right now, but you see, you need to understand that we are in Q4, and the U.S. Fed, I'm talking of the U.S. Central Bank, is talking about increasing the economy, meaning that at some point they have to tighten the liquidity. So the dollar is also gaining momentum. So we expect that at one point the dollar might curb Bitcoin's price, but time will tell, you know.
So we see the altcoins in the red. Obviously, Bitcoin is, once they always go on, not always, but most of the time, they're on opposite direction.
Yeah, actually, what usually happens is that usually Bitcoin usually leads market, and being the fact that Bitcoin happens to the market value of Bitcoin happens to take almost half of the crypto market value. So the sentiment around Bitcoin also seems to go around other altcoins. But the narrative is changing because we need to understand that institutional investors focus are keying more on the flagship crypto asset, And that's give you credence that you look at the likes of Tesla, look at the likes of BlackRock, the biggest asset manager, look at the likes of JP Morgan, the world's most valuable bank. They are directly getting exposed to Bitcoin rather than other assets. So I think it will take a matter of time for us to see other assets gaining momentum. But right now, I think Bitcoin is the star in the block.
So what would be the smart thing to do now as an investor in this scenario?
Yeah, the smart thing to do right now is that for those that have invested, especially those that invested at the dip, well, they have nothing to lose to reduce their exposure or keep the pool running. For those that have not invested, I advise you need to be very cautious because right now, Bitcoin is less than 4% to its record high. So investing right now, you are likely to get exposed to drawdowns, and drawdowns could come in anytime from now. So I think for people that are just new to the market, this is the time for you to start understanding how Bitcoin works and stuff like that. And also, you can also benefit from other crypto assets because while Bitcoin is hitting other records, is about hitting record high, you see other altcoins just coming up. So I think investors need to be very careful and not to get exposed because, like we said, they're expecting the economy to taper very soon with rising inflation. So global central banks at one point will tighten liquidity. So it's word of wisdom for investors not to get too exposed.
Back this week?
My estimate for Bitcoin, well, I think based on the fundamentals, I think the momentum will still be with Bitcoin. But you see, the rising dollar and US 10-year Treasury yield is a form of concern. So I see pullback. At some point. But the narrative is that I don't see Bitcoin dropping below $50,000 this week.
All right. Thank you so much, Olumide Additional, investment and financial market analyst, for sharing your thoughts with us.